Hi students, this is main lesson 7. In the last lesson, we have seen how to draw the graphs of sin x and cos x and tan x, the first three trigonometric functions. Today, let us continue and complete the remaining three graphs. First, let me explain the nature of cosecant x. Once you know cosecant x nature, it is very easy to understand secant x. They are almost parallel. Then, of course, cot x separately. Now, let me consider the function f from R to R, say defined by f of x equal to cosecant x. You know cosecant x is the reciprocal of sin x. Now it is the domain is R, range is R, real value function. Now first what I have to do is I have to decide what is the domain, and I have to decide what is the range. So this is what we have to do whenever you want to draw the graph. So this is very important. Now let me first take what is the domain of this one. Look here, f of x equal to cosecant x, but cosecant x is same as 1 by sin x. So now when sin x becomes 0, cosecant x is not defined. Therefore from this domain I have to remove all those points. You know that whenever x equal to, for example, 0, sin x is 0. You have seen in the graph also, when it is pi it is not defined because sin pi is 0. Then 2 pi, that means integral multiple of pi, it is not defined. So what is the domain of this function? Therefore it is r minus, then I have to remove this one, n pi, then n belonging to z. This is what I have to do. So now when I want to draw the graph, I have to be careful with these points. Similarly, I have to decide the range of the function. That means what maximum value and what minimum value cosecant x can take. So this is the thing. So first let us draw a simple circle and then try to understand. So consider a circle, and you need not take unit circle, you can take any circle. Say for example, circle with radius, let us say r, and draw the perpendicular. This angle is theta, this is p, this is m, all these are common. Now what I do is, of course, this is y, this side, this is x. Now, you know that cosecant x equal to, by definition it is r divided by pi. Sin x is opposite by hypotenuse, cosecant x is hypotenuse divided by opposite. Now when this theta becomes 90 degree, meaning P will be coinciding with, or it will be on y axis. So what happens? So this x becomes 0. So now what is r actually? This you have seen already. R is x square plus y square. So x becomes 0, r becomes y. I have shown this one in the previous lesson. Therefore what happens is, when x equal to 90 degree or pi by 2, both are one and the same. So cosecant x will be 1. So this is one extreme case. Same way, if you take x equal to minus 90, that means when it comes this side. So what happens is, y becomes negative. You see, if you draw the triangle here, this is y, so y is negative. So what happens? Cosecant x will be equal to, this will be r only. For example, you can take r equal to 10. So 10 by minus 10. So this is r only, or you can take this as y and this is minus 5. So this becomes minus 1. So what are the two extreme points? One is 1, another one is minus 1. Now there is a danger of oversimplification. You may think that it is between 1 and minus 1. You are wrong, so you have to wait. So what we have to do is, now these are the two branches actually. See, one is the minimum positive value it can take, and positive value keeps on any other positive value. It is very up to infinity. Here minus 1 is the minimum maximum negative value it can take. It is a maximum value, not minimum, and it can take any other negative value also. That let me show you first. Let us take this branch. Say if you keep on, say, going in this direction, maximum it becomes 1. Suppose on the other hand, if you move p towards x-axis, what happens is, let me take a specific example. Let us say r equal to 10, and r is 10 here, this is 10. y keeps on decreasing when you come this side. It's very clear. So this point P, when it comes this side, the perpendicular or altitude keeps on decreasing. Say for example, y equal to 0.1. So when it comes this side. So then what happens to cosecant x? This will be 10 divided by 0.1, which is 100. Then suppose you decrease y further. That means it is approaching towards x-axis further. Say you take for example y equal 0.01. So this becomes 10 divided by 0.01. This becomes 1000. It is very clear now. When y is exactly on x-axis, this y becomes 0. When y is 0, of course it is not defined. So but when y is very small, this value becomes very large. Therefore actually one branch of cosecant ratio or cosecant function is, its value is 1, then it can go to up to infinity. That's one branch. So cosecant x can take minimum value 1 in the positive direction, but maximum value is not attained. So it is very big value. So I can say one branch is 1 to infinity, and this is one branch of the codomain here. One branch of the codomain. In the graph you will clearly see. Same argument you can extend this side now. So let me remove all these things. Same argument. So here, suppose instead of p here, if you take p here, what happens is, this y will be negative, but now you take say r equal to 10, y will be equal to, I have to take a small numerical small value, but it is negative. Say for example I can take 0.1 minus 0.1. Minus 0.1 means angle is very small here. So in this case cosecant x will be equal to 10 by 0.1 minus 1. This is minus 10. Minus 100. Suppose you take now 10 divided by, see minus 0.1, if the angle is going very near this one x-axis, but in this direction. So it is, say for example, minus 0.01. This will be minus 100. This means in the negative side, maximum value is minus 1, but minimum value will be anything negative this side. So another branch is from actually minus infinity. I have to take like this up to minus 1. See here 1 is included, closed interval, infinity open interval. Here also minus infinity this side, minus 1 is included. So now it is very clear. What is the range of cosecant x? It is one branch, 1 to infinity. It can take least positive value 1, but other values it can take any value. So that's the thing. In case of negative value, what you have to do is, it can take the maximum, because here it is negative. Maximum value is minus 1, because minus 2 is less than minus 1. So maximum is minus 1, and negative value it can take anything up to infinity, minus infinity. Therefore you can say the codomain of this function is, say it is one branch minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity. This is in the interval form. You can write in other form also. This is sufficient. Now let us try to draw the graph. See, graph will be like this. First let me take only one branch. Let me take, this is pi, then this is minus pi. In order to avoid complicated situation, I am taking only one specific case. This is pi. You know that domain does not contain pi and minus pi both, and it does not contain 0 also. It does not contain 0 also. So what I do is, this is pi by 2. This is pi by 2. This is minus pi by 2. So here you just draw the line parallel to y-axis where it is not defined, and here also parallel to y-axis where it is not defined. This is the first thing. Then when it is pi by 2, cosecant pi by 2 is 1. We have seen already. So let us take this point. This is 1. And when it is minus pi by 2 also, it is not defined. So let us take minus 1 here. minus 1. Now, see, at pi by 2, this is the point, and at minus pi by 2, this is the point. Okay. Now, you see here, it goes from 1 to infinity. That means the curve is actually, it's not a straight line once again. This you have seen already in case of sine and cos. Curve goes like this. Curve goes like this. This is what you have to have the understanding in the beginning. And here in the case of negative, what happens is, I will write minus 1 here. See, curve will be like this. It is coming, see here also, minus infinity to minus 1. So, minus, when it is going to 0, it is so like this. But it will never touch this one, that is very important. So, like this. So, now you may think this is perfectly correct curve. But if you are to understand the nature of this curve, you have to take this branch next, pi by 2 to pi. See, pi by 2 it is 1. Then what happens is, it keeps on increasing. See, it cannot come this side. So, the curve is, you can take the value and you can understand this is the curve. And here also same thing. See, it goes like this and up to minus 1. That is the maximum value. Then it cannot go this side. So, what it has to do is, it has to reverse its journey like this. See, this is also a very beautiful curve. Once you understand this one, of course, my graph is not symmetric. So, you have to do it very carefully. So, it is a very beautiful curve like this. Now, I can extend this argument. See, for example, pi, you take 2 pi and draw here this and then here like this. So, can you guess what is the next curve here? So, it will be, see, it is alternate. The same curve here, it comes here like this, similar curve. So, like this. And here, this one. Then here also, if you take minus pi, you take minus 2 pi. So, draw the line. And here also, it is not defined. So, see, one branch here, one branch, alternate. So, here it will be like this. Like this. So, this is 0. Now, you can see whether your graph is correct or not. For example, you see, cosecant x is same as sin x, where it is positive, in the first quadrant and in the second quadrant. You can check here, 0 to pi by 2, pi by 2 to pi, it is positive this side. And minus 0 to third quadrant and fourth quadrant, it is negative. So, you can see very well here, this is the third quadrant, 0 to minus pi by 2, minus pi by 2 to pi, it is the fourth quadrant. 0 to, this is fourth quadrant, 0 to minus pi by 2, fourth quadrant, minus pi by 2 to minus pi, third quadrant, negative. And you can see here, after one rotation, see, this is the beauty. After one rotation, what happens is, it once again repeats. So, now it is very clear. What you have to do, it is very simple. First, what you have to do, 0 to pi, you decide, like this. And 0 to minus pi, this side. Then you need not worry. Same thing you have to repeat. That's all. So, that is the nature of cosecant x curve. So, two things you have to remember here. One is domain. Second one is range. The third one is, now I can discuss anything with the this graph, nature of the cosecant x. Say, for example, it decreases in the interval 0 to pi by 2. So, it decreases here. Then it increases 1 to infinity. Here, for example, in this branch, it increases from when minus pi to minus pi by 2, it increases. Then minus pi by 2, 0, it decreases. So, all these things we can understand from the graph. And another thing is, between minus 1 to 1, this cosecant x cannot take any value. For example, there is no meaning in telling cosecant x equal to more than minus 1, for example, 0.9. It is not possible, or plus or minus. You can see here, between these two, there is no value taken by this curve. So, these are the important observations with respect to cosecant x. Now, let me complete the next graph. I need not explain once again what is domain, range, etc. Range is same, because domain range of sin x is minus 1 to plus 1. Range of sin x, cos x also minus 1 to plus 1. So, range is this, therefore, I need not touch this. But what is the domain of this one? That is the another thing which you have to remember. Say f of x equal to, you take secant x. Of course, next you have to take secant x. This one. So secant x equal to 1 by cos x. And you have seen where cos x is 0. So here it is, instead of this, what I have to do is, it is odd multiple of pi by 2. So I have to remove, see here, all the values what I have to remove is pi by 2 I have to remove, 3 pi by 2 I have to remove. This I have shown you in the previous case also, in case of cos. Then minus 3 pi by 2, minus 3 pi by 2, like that. That means odd multiple of pi by 2. So we have to write like this, 2n plus 1 pi by 2, then n belonging to z. When you write, it includes all these values. For example, you take n equal to 0, pi by 2, etc. I have explained this one. So now it is very simple to draw the graph of secant x. So the graph will be like this. So you have to take y dash y and x dash x. Now first you decide where it is not defined. Therefore this is 0, definitely it is defined. I will take pi first, and pi by 2 it is not defined, pi by 2. Then I will take exactly to this one, this is 2 pi. I will show you this side, then same thing we can do this side also. This is now 3 pi by 2, this is pi by 2, this is 3 pi by 2. See here, pi by 2 it is not defined, so here it is not defined. So let us draw the, I will write here pi by 2, so like this. Then 3 pi by 2 it is not defined, therefore draw the curve like this, like this. Now when 0, what happens? Cos 0 is 1, so secant 0 is also 1. Therefore you mark 1 here, this is 1, this is minus 1. Understanding is same, it is 1 to infinity, it increases. Pi by 2 not defined, therefore the curve is actually like this, it is going like this. And this one, pi it is minus 1, you have seen this one, so the curve is like this, and it is like this. Now you can very well guess what is this branch. So what I have to do is, I have to take, here you see pi, and half of that minus pi by 2. Minus pi by 2 it is not defined, so let me take, this is minus pi by 2, and this is pi. So minus pi by 2 it is not defined, therefore I have to take like this, this is the line. Then the curve actually goes like this and like this. Now you can see whether it is fitting with our original idea in terms of quadrant. Say for example, 0 to pi by 2 means first quadrant positive, because cos is positive, this is also positive. And 0 to minus pi by 2, remember it is fourth quadrant, cos is positive, this is also positive. And you can see here, pi by 2 to pi, it is pi by 2 to pi means it is second quadrant in the coordinate system, negative. Pi to 3 pi by 2, third quadrant, negative. So here it is negative, here it is positive. Now what about the other branches? You need not worry, just repeat this one, say pi. So what you have to do is, take 5 pi by 2, draw the branch. What you have to remember is, these curves are alternate. So here it is here, here it is here. Therefore what should happen is, here there is no need to remember, just like this. And this side also same thing. Take one more branch, see here one curve, here one curve, here one curve. So here it cannot be, here. So this is the alternate system. Same thing once again, I need not repeat further. You can understand the nature of the graph. Of course, it is increasing in the first quadrant, 0 to pi by 2 increasing, 0 minus pi by 2 to 0 it is decreasing, first decreasing then increasing. And if you take this branch from third quadrant, that is pi by 2 to pi, it is increasing, then pi to, this is second quadrant, then pi to pi by 3 pi by 2 decreasing. So this is the nature. So this is sufficient. So we have completed the secant x, cosecant x. Now the last one which you have to discuss is, it is very simple now, say cot x. That is the last branch. So cot x. Once again, I have to decide what is the domain, what is the codomain, what is the range. So here also same thing. See, cot x equal to, actually cos x divided by sin x. Same problem. Whenever sin x is 0, it is not defined. Sin x is not defined for x equal to what? N pi, where n is z. N is z. So therefore, domain of this will be equal to R minus then n pi, then n belonging to z. See, students, please note, don't memorize anything. This is what I have been telling you. You need not remember anything here. See, understand what is cot x. It is cos x by sin x. Wherever sin x is 0, it is not defined. Those values you have to remove. That's all. So, domain of this is same as domain of cosecant x. You can check. And range is R. I don't want to explain this once again because tan takes all values. Similarly, cot also takes all values. So, entire R codomain is the range. And next year we are going to study the properties of this type of functions. So therefore it is better if you remember these things. Now let me directly draw the graph. So what I have to do is, the trick is, or the rule of the graph is this: whenever you draw, remove all those points. That means there you have to draw the line. So all the n pi, that is the integral multiple of pi, it is not defined. Therefore this here it is not defined. So let us take pi. Then let me take 2 pi this side, and let me take minus pi, and let me take minus 2 pi. So draw the line like this, here, like this. Now tan graph, if you remember, it was like this. It was like this. We have seen this one. So it is just reverse. So pi by 2, when it is a cos x, cot x equal to cos x divided by sin x. And when it is pi by 2, it is 0. Cos is 0. So it cuts x-axis at all odd multiple of pi by 2. Here it is 0. Curve cuts here, curve cuts here, curve cuts here, and curve cuts here. What is the nature of the graph? You see, if you remember tan graph, see, this was tan graph. If you remember, it was cutting cos x by sin x. See, tan x is cos, this is cos by sin, that is sin by cos. At all pi by 2, 0 it was cutting. So here it is at all cos pi by 2 it is 0. So pi by 2 it cuts. So what happens is, the curve will be like this. So it is going like this, then like this. Because 0 it is not defined. Same thing here. So it goes like this. Sorry, I made a mistake. I'm very sorry. So this is actually tan graph. This is tan graph. You have to remember. See, this is the tan graph here. It is just reverse. So how it behaves is like this. Like this. Here also like this. Like this. And here also like this. So it is always decreasing. And now we can verify. See, this is one important thing. Even if sometimes I also make mistake. Because when we draw, we don't have all those ideas. See here, 0 it is 0, pi by 2 it is 0, 0 it is not defined, so infinity. 0, this is pi by 2. You can check with your reasoning. 0 to pi by 2, pi by 2 to pi. And you can see, in case of sine rule also, cot is positive here, and cot is negative here. Cot is positive here, cot is negative. For cot and because it is same as tan. All tan here and tan here. You can check. The first quadrant, 0 to pi by 2 positive. Then pi by 2 to pi, it is negative. Then once again you can check here. See, pi to pi by, this is how I can cross verify whether my graph is correct or not. So it is like this. Then pi to this 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi, here it is negative. So one branch here. See, each branch is from 0 to pi, pi to 2 pi, 2 pi to 3 pi. It keeps on repeating. In case of cosecant x and secant x, it's a bigger branch. Here you see, it is only 0 to pi, then pi to 2 pi, 2 pi to like that. So repeats. So this is that. And now I can draw any number of branches like this. So this is chord graph. And once again, it is R. Codomain is R. So it takes all values along y-axis. That is one thing. Second one is, see, in case of tan, it is increasing. It is always like this. Tan 0, 0, tan pi by 4, 1, and then it increases like this. Here what happens is, cot pi by 4 is 1, but then it becomes like this. So decreasing. So there are two functions. Now you can say there are two functions. Tan x is a function which is always increasing. Cot x is a function which is always decreasing. Please note. And the other four functions, what is the nature? Sometimes increasing, sometimes decreasing. So these are the important observations. Now let me just show you a very interesting thing. You can take it as a trigonometric rangoli. It's a very beautiful curve. See, what you have to do is, of course, I don't use a different color. You can do this as a practical activity just for sake of interest. See, you take the x-axis, y-axis and take a proper scale, otherwise curve will not be good. So what you have to do is, in the same, this is your actual assignment. In the same coordinate system with the same Cartesian plane, draw all the graphs. So how they look. See, sine, you know, it is, I am just showing a rough sketch here. Sine is like this and like this. Then cos is actually, it starts from here, it is like this, like this. It is a very beautiful graph, like this. In the same I am telling, like this. Okay. Then you know that sine cosec curve is actually, it is like this. You should use different colors. Then wherever sine, it is like this, and alternate here, then here, like this. Then same thing with cos also. You can see, because I need not show once again. Draw all of them. Then you also draw the tan graph. You make the points. Then see, some curves will be like this, some curves will be like this. Draw all the graphs with the different colors. You get a very beautiful pattern. And that is quite interesting. So I told you once already, trigonometric ratios are very disciplined and they have certain principles. When I was discussing about the sign of different trigonometric ratios, I told in the first it is all, then sine, then tan, then cos. Same way here you see, when you draw the graph, it emerges, you know, a very beautiful pattern emerges. Therefore, that is why we are drawing the graph, to understand the nature of the functions. Let me conclude here. Because I have completed one important aspect of trigonometry, beginning of the trigonometry. Let me just sum up what I have done. We defined trigonometric ratios, then we studied their nature. Then, of course, we have studied some of the standard values, etc. Then I have taken allied angles, of course, those things. Then we have defined 6 trigonometric functions. They are not ratios, no, they are functions. You know the meaning of function. Then we have seen their nature after drawing the graph. So this is one level, one stage we have completed. In the next session, what we do is, we want to study, I'm just providing you or creating a link for the next class. Suppose you take two angles x and y. Suppose you take sine of x plus y, what happens? Then sine of x minus y, what happens? Cos of x plus y, what happens? All these things. That is called sum and difference rule of angles of trigonometric ratios. So let us study. Till then, bye. Take care. But before that, one small request once again, as it is as before. If you have subscribed, I am very happy. Please watch all the lessons, because what I have seen is, students in the beginning they find trigonometry very simple because it is continuation from 10th standard. But as and when we progress, I know this is my experience, at the end of the chapter, most of the students find it is a bit difficult, because you try to memorize the formula, no, it is difficult. Try to understand whatever I explain here. Say, for example, once I complete a secant graph, please draw yourself, then you will understand. Try to understand the nature. This is what you have to do. Let us meet in the next class. Please subscribe and share with your friends. Till then, bye.